wrecking ball, and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's the bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street, when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within. Oh, I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. A lie. Don't wanna live a lie.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? We are live from Tin Wolf Inn. How's everybody doing? Just doing a quick mic check before we go live. Can you hear me? Let me hear you. Let me see the 1-2s up in chat. Let's get excited. I'm also with guests as well.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah. I wonder who that voice is.
What's up, everyone? It's Jim Z.
Who's this guy?
Brian Landers, Oklahoma Thunder.
Look at that. Oklahoma and Ohio in the house.
Who's that in the background? I can't see him. He's being a little shy right now. We'll have him come on in a little bit. All right, that's the 1-2 I was looking for. We're going to get going in just 1 minute. 1 minute to showtime. See you guys in a minute. Love y'all. Hey guys, how's it going? Tim Lake here from DockDogs TV, and I've got two awesome guys with me. You guys should all know the guy to my left, Brian Landers. How you doing, brother, from Oklahoma Thunder?
Doing great. How you doing, Tim?
And the original Dock Dogs TV host, the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Z. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing good for the man that took it to the next level, way and beyond.
Oh, well, now you're just going to make me blush. How you doing, guys? We are live here from Tin Wolf Inn at the Doubleheader Wild Card. It has been an amazing event, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, it has been fantastic. The competition has been fierce. We've got personal bests left and right. Dueling Dogs was incredible. It's been such a great event. But let's get right into why we're all here. Fantasy Dock Dogs. People in chat are already commenting that you finally got your hair cut.
I did. You're right. I finally got my hair cut.
That's hilarious. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Jennifer Bale O'Connell. By the way, Jennifer Bale O'Connell has been absolutely fantastic. She is the one who has been doing all of the videos, and I am so happy for what she's been able to do. So big shout out to Jennifer Bale O'Connell. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate it. All right, so we got a couple of things to go over, some house rules. We have some behind-the-scenes shenanigans happening afoot. So if you have people laughing, it's because we are trying to stay focused, and so you guys don't see all the shenanigans happening behind us. We may or may not get photobombed. I don't know, but we're going to have to see. Uh-oh. We got someone. Oh, who is this guy? Oh, Grant Reeves, everyone. Hello. Oh, and here's another one. It's gone to the dogs now. Grant Reeves and Jay Harris, everyone. We're doing. Look at this selfie.
I gotta get Brian in there. Brian, where you at? There he is. There he is. I'm trying.
I love it. That's awesome. We're just having a grand old time here. But you know what, guys? Let me make sure you guys should all be able to hear. Yep. Vicky says Brian had a nice nap today. Look at this.
Yes, I did.
The trash talking is already happening. I love it. All right, guys, let's get right into the results here because we have a long show. And believe it or not, we're still running Extreme Vertical, and I could have to leave at any point. So let's get right into it and get through the results, and let's see. And we'll have some live reactions by the crew here. So let's take a look.
And if he leaves, then I guess that leaves Brian and I to take over.
Oh, no.
And there's Grant and Jay over here. So
Oh, no. It's going to go to
what's going to happen.
It's going to literally go to the dogs. All right. So let's roll the footage from our first sanctioned facility, Aqua Dog Sports Lodge, from the great state of Georgia, and let's see how they fared for the final week of Fantasy Dock Dogs. Let's roll the clip. So here is Aqua Dog Sports Lodge, John and Willa for Big Air. A nice tracking it through the air. Absolutely beautiful. A score coming in, a 26-6.
Oh, that's huge.
Big time. Lisa and King. Boom goes a dynamite wheeling. Oh, a 6'10". A new personal best. And Vincent and Rio, their speed retrieve specialists, absolutely killing it. A 5.541. So Rotten Dog in their final week, a 26-6, a 6'10", and a 5.541. That is going to give them a weekly total of 3,073 with a 3-week shootout total of 91,171. Gentlemen, what did you think?
91,000.
Sorry, 9,170.
91,000. You're really pushing it.
It's been a lot. Maybe throughout the 12 weeks it would have been up there.
It's a shootout for 3 weeks. You're on a sprint here.
So let's get an instant reaction. What did you guys think of those videos?
That was a big jump.
That was definitely a big jump. And you know what? Rotten Dog Sport Lodge putting up, I think that maybe a new personal best for a facility score of 3,073, if I'm not mistaken, took first place in the 4th week of Fantasy Dock Dogs.
Wow.
So from right off the bat, Rotten Dog putting up a giant score.
This guy's not messing
They've come a
around.
long ways in the 12 weeks.
Absolutely. And going back to the chat, Lisa Williams saying most improved facility. And you know what? I have to agree with them.
Yeah.
They really started, they trying to figure out how to pick their team, figure out who the best team to pick for. And I think they figured out who their best dogs were, and they really did a fantastic job. All right, so let's go to our second sanctioned facility. And Brian, that's you, brother. Oklahoma Thunder. So we're going to get a live reaction from the facility owner. He's not going to spoil it now, are you?
No.
All right, let's take a look at the clip and see how they fared for Week 12 of Fantasy DockDogs. Here we go. All right, here's Brian and Kiwi. Whoa, that's a big change. Their first ever jump, and Kiwi absolutely flying through the air. That score coming in a 28-3, a new personal best. Wendy and Zeus going top shelf, pulling down the bumper. That's going to be a 6-10.
This can be close.
And then Wendy and Josie. Wow, Josie jumping, I look to be 24 feet and pulling down the bumper, a 5.569. So a 28-3, a 6-10, and a 5-5. That is absolutely a high Spartan score. That score coming in a 3,084 with a 9,174 in the shootout.
Big close.
Wow. Let's get some reactions here. Oklahoma Thunder currently on top of the leaderboard. Brian, how's it feel?
Feels good. 2 weeks ago, Lee, she tossed me a bumper. She said, you go out there, see what you can do with Kiwi. And we started jumping big. So the last week of the season, and we put her in there with me and her. And
He's a
got the
beast.
28-3.
Look at this weekend, a beast.
Yeah, so no spoilers, but spoilers. Kiwi has absolutely been killing it all weekend long here at Tin Wolf in Ashland. So, Jim, what was your thoughts about those jumps?
Obviously, nobody's holding anything back. That's for sure.
No, it's
going for it all.
It's a 3-week shootout. You got to leave it all on the dock.
Right.
You can't leave anything behind, especially when such a big prize is up for grabs.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge jump there. Good job, Brian.
Thanks.
So let's take a look. Shannon Wren, actually the facility owner from Rotten Dog, giving huge shout out to Oklahoma Thunder. Thank you, Shannon. Really appreciate it. Wendy says Thunder up. And Jennifer Belcano says Jay Harris is getting ideas. Possibly with chili. Well, you never know. All right, let's move right along. Let's take a look at Canine Superheroes. Let's see how they fared for this final week of Fantasy DockDogs. Let's roll the clip and see how they fared. All right, OHIO. There's Christina and Ned, the team from Down Under.
That video should be upside down.
Technically, I like that. I agree. Score coming in a 22-10, a new personal best. Linda and Zulu. Whoa, look at that EV kick by Linda. Look at that. Woo, that leg going way up there. A 7 feet even, a new personal best. And an awesome team, Sydney and Drifter, speed retrieve. I got to see her do it this weekend. Let's see. Ooh, a good swim and a clean pull. A 6.221. An absolutely awesome 22-10. New personal best, 7 foot, new PV, and Drifter with a 6.2. That's going to give them a 3,037.51 with a 3-week shootout score of 89-18. So Canine Superheroes, third on the podium so far. So Grant, let me get your reaction. What did you think of Canine Superheroes' performance in the last week of Fantasy DockDogs?
It's been a blast. We were late to the game. We had limited dogs just because of the whole COVID restrictions and being able to get our facility going, but we're in it now, and now we're going to come back to win it because we know how to play the game. We've had some fun. It was a blast, and I got to tell you, watching Sydney come out of her shell and be a part of this, she's like, come on, Dad, let's go. We got to go. We got to go. We got to get up there. She's all about it.
And it's actually, that absolutely rings true because she's competing this weekend, not just with Drifter, but she also competed with Simba as well. That's really cool because I remember like a year and a half ago, she's like, I don't know if I want to go on the dock. Now she's all in.
Oh, she's all in.
I love it.
Yeah.
So Brian, what was your thoughts? Pretty good videos?
Yes.
All the editing's been
Everybody's-
awesome.
Yeah.
Every week you
doing
guys are
great.
getting better and better.
Well, that's all Jennifer. I can take maybe the visual, like the actual graphics, but all the videos done by Jennifer. She's been absolutely fantastic. Jim, what do you think about those videos?
No, actually, the way you and Jennifer are putting the show together and everything, the graphics, everything is fantastic. And I'm like Grant, I'm enjoying watching Sydney growing the sport here with Drifter. I'm watching Linda and Zulu,
Yep.
another Rescue Mal, getting huge jumps. So I'm having a good time with Canine Superheroes.
You actually bring up a really good point because not only just DockDogs, but Fantasy DockDogs, There's no breed discrimination, no age discrimination. Dock Dogs being at the forefront of canine aquatics and dog sports in general, being so open to any dog can do this, just as long as they're at least 6 months of age.
Well,
dog.
You know what Fantasy DockDogs has done for me? It's shown me how we can not only stay engaged and stay ahead of all this COVID stuff that we've all had to endure, but look at what's going on with these dogs. Like, we were all like, oh, now it's going to be the whippet syndrome. This guy brings a dog from a customer and pops a 28-3 in fantasy.
Yeah.
A 28-3. What's that dog going to do at Worlds if it goes there? You know, and then you got, you know, and again, I'm speaking personal here, but oh my God, my daughter's been knocking out 23s, 24s in her big area, 26, big numbers. Last week with her personal best. I mean, this is unbelievable. And again, now look at the fantasy, the way that the whole show is developed, and we got so many people watching from outside of the community. So it's been a good thing.
Absolutely, and it's funny that you say that, because I remember at Seaweed this year in February, we were going absolutely ballistic when Sydney and Drifter got a 22. Now at 22, it's like, he didn't quite get it. How funny is that?
There's a large variety of breeds on all these facilities. It's not just one or two different breeds.
It's not Whippet and
It's not Whippet's taking over.
Look at the labs here last night. Look at the labs last night. Look at what's going on with yours. I mean, and again, I say this candidly, rescues.
Yeah.
Rescues. It is the forefront of the world right now for us.
It's all that bottle of energy from COVID and everything like that. These dogs are ready to go. They've been wanting to go for months.
We drank a few bottled up energies last night. AJ?
All right, let's go to the Smoky Mountain State. Now, unfortunately, they had an issue with the pool in week 2 of the shootout. So they're going to go for a weekly win on this one. They may not be able to get the victory for the three-week shootout, but they came back with a vengeance. Let's take a look at their videos and see how they fared. It's Smoky Mountain Canine Sports in the great state of Tennessee. Let's roll the highlight film. Yeah, great state.
Beautiful country.
Here's Katie and J-Mo Jameson. A really big-looking jump. Holy smokes. Tracking the toy the whole way down. A 24-6. Here's Hannah Wolf and Sky Fly pulling down the bumper. Let's see what they end at. And maybe a high 6, maybe a 7. Let's take a look.
Lots of room left on that.
Yeah, for sure. 6 feet 10 inches. A solid grab. Here's Kim and Riot. Riot swimming hard, going after the bumper. Going to get a close-up there. A 7.418. So we got a 24-6, a 6.10, and a 7.418. That is going to give them a weekly score of 29.76 and a 3-week shootout score of 59.72. So that's going to put them on the outside looking in on the podium. But man, did they give them a hell of a run. Now, actually, I want to bring up Brian in this because, Brian, throughout the regular season of Fantasy, both you and Smoky Mountain were going side by side.
Yeah.
So, like, you guys were fighting between second and third place, and I believe for multiple weeks you were less than 3 points away from each other in the standings.
Yeah, anywhere from like 3 to 7 points each week. So.
Hey, you know what, though? Looking at this, it reminds me of something. We got to put a shout out for Smoky Mountain and the whole community over there. Trent Steele losing Buck this week.
Yeah.
I mean, Buck's been iconic to us. I mean, from day one.
Yeah,
Jim,
absolutely.
how long's Buck been around? So, you know, all our thoughts are with with Trent and
Trent, this one's for you, buddy.
Sorry, buddy.
We'll all have a beer for Trent tonight.
Yeah, I miss you,
Living.
buddy. But all of our hearts go out to you, Trent. And if you're watching, we love you, brother. So that's going to give Smoky Mountain a 29.76.
Great effort. Even though they had some challenges in week 2 of the shootout, they came back for the final week and still had a great showing.
We'd like to thank our friends from VetraScience for all their support from Fantasy DockDogs this entire season. We're going to get a quick word from them, and then we'll go right back into the show. Stand by.
When it comes to joint support for your pet, don't you want the clinically proven choice? GlycoFlex Plus is an advanced joint support supplement that's clinically proven to increase hind leg strength by up to 41% in just 4 weeks. GlycoFlex Plus is formulated with 11 essential nutrients packed into a duck-flavored chew that dogs simply love. Give your dog GlycoFlex Plus to keep him running, jumping, and diving for years to come.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys very much. And you know what? Speaking of Vetroscience, my dog.
These TV make me look like I got big pipes. Look at that. I'm on the angle, so it's like, hey. And this is not the angle that you want to see.
Stop eating all the glycoflex.
Yes,
COVID-19, 19 pounds. In
yes,
the
the
wrong place.
Glycoflex may be duck flavored, but it's not actually duck.
They say she's got me on the calming stuff.
Composure.
How's that one out?
That's a big enough shout out for Glycoflex on that one tonight. There you go.
All right, let's move right along here and let's take a look at our Canadian friends, Canine Central. Now, I'll tell you what, Canine Central has been a powerhouse. They had snow on the dock a month ago.
Yeah, but they've been reporting the scores in metric.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm kidding.
That might be a problem in the conversion. But I'll tell you what, these guys had given Indian Creek a run for their money. Indian Creek won 8 out of the 9 weeks in the regular season.
Puff your chest up a
No.
little.
But I'm saying,
I don't want to hear Indian Creek anymore. I've had enough.
in their first week coming into Fantasy DockDogs, they ended up blowing Indian Creek out of the water.
It's not all about you.
No.
It's all about me.
Yeah, it's all about Jay, who's off camera right now.
Off camera. Yeah, he says that off camera.
He needs to start paying every time you say Indian Creek. He needs to start paying us.
Yeah, what are we up to, Jay? We up to $40 now?
$40.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's take a look at our Canadian friends and see how they done and go from there. So let's take a look at Canine Central for the final week, Fantasy DockDogs. Here's Morgan and Image. Wow!
Big jump.
Image sending it on that one. A huge jump.
Wow.
That score coming in a
Run
27-7.
for your money.
Little dog is awesome.
Samantha and Quinn going high in extreme vertical. That score coming in a 6'8". The dog average is 6'6". So, oh wow, here comes the L train. Sheena and Lyra putting a 4-1-2. Holy smokes! Roll the highlight film on that one. So a 27-7, a 6'8", and a 4-9-1-2. That is going to give them a 3,092 on the week and a 9,254. So Canine Central is going to take the top spot so far with only 2 facilities to go. So they've guaranteed themselves at least a podium spot. So let me get some reactions. Jim Z, what do you think so far?
Oh, those Canadians, they've been rocking it since they got in on this fantasy thing here. That little dog Image, I mean, I've seen that dog for years, and I'm surprised it still goes out that far. I mean, holy smokes, that dog's been going that far for years.
It springs for days on that dog, literally. It's like high-tension springs for legs.
It's been pretty cool to see all this come together.
Yeah. Brian, what'd you think?
That speed retrieve was awesome. 4.9.
Yeah,
man.
incredible.
Lightning fast.
And
That put them to the top right there.
That dog there in Dueling Dogs is going to be a weapon.
not only that, but I remember the first year Lyra actually competed was in Warrior, and during practice did not jump.
Yep.
She thought Lyra was not going to jump at all and ended up winning Warrior that year. So not bad when, like, and I believe she timed out on her first EV run. And it's like, well, we're going to have to try something. She just said, get that dang bumper! And boy, did she get it. And she ends up winning Warrior. So that's a true, and on top of that, Lyra being a rescue, absolutely amazing job. And going back to the rescues, amazing job by Sheena. And good job on Canine Central. You guys killed it. 3,092.19. All right, let's go to the great North Carolina State. I'm surprised Jay hasn't jumped across the table yet to say bang, bang, and see how he did. But let's actually see how he did this week. Boom, boom. There you go. Boom. That's right. All right, let's roll the clip for Indian Creek Canine Aquatics, the Carolina Furricanes. There we go, the Furricanes. Here's Jen and Chili. Whoa! Chili going full send on that one. A huge jump. That score coming in a 29-3. feet even jump, a new personal best. Oh, look, it's me.
Hey.
I wish I could pause that. It's Earnhardt with a new personal best of 7 feet 2 inches.
Nice.
And then Susan and Callie getting a little overexposure in the sun. We went very long that day. Susan and Callie pulling down a 5.928. So that's going to give them a 29, a 7.2, and a 5.9. That's going to give them a weekly score of 3,093.74 and a 3-week shootout score of 9,200. Let's take a look at the difference between Indian Creek and Canine Central. It is literally less than a point from each other for week 12. Holy
week 3 of the shootout. We're already done with the rest.
Oh, yeah. This is just for the week, not the overall scores.
Yeah.
So for the last week, there was less than a point between Canine Central and Indian Creek Canine Aquatics. So that is absolutely amazing. Holy smokes.
Well, you
So
see
now-
that video with Chili? I mean, whoever's taking the video, good job, but you were barely able to keep up.
Oh, yeah.
No Chili was going that far.
Guilty. That was me holding the camera. I literally was like this. I'm like, holy smokes!
There was a lot of blips in.
That's why we take the sound out.
Exactly. I may have said,
Good idea.
holy S. All right, we only have one facility left, and that is Aqua Dog Sports from Florida. Now, I will say, Aqua Dog Sports had kind of like a turbulent roll into Fantasy Dock Dogs. They were in it from the very start and wanted to go from week 1, but because of COVID-19 and the exponential rise in cases in Florida, they actually had to bow out in week 1. And it literally took them until week 9 to get back in. So, but once they were in it to win it. And we're going to see why for Aqua Dog Sports. And let's roll the clip. Let's let it speak for itself, and let's see how they did. Because they came back with a vengeance. So let's take a look. Here's week 12 of Aqua Dog Sports, Vicky Ty's place in Florida. Check it out. Crystal and Asgard. Whoa! Crystal McLaren and Asgard going top shelf, grabbing that a 29.6. Crystal and Yuri. Yuri hasn't been on a dock in over a year, coming out of retirement off the disc field, an 8 feet 2 inch EV. And here's Crystal and Whiplash. Holy smokes, Whiplash jumped the whole length of the pool, a 4.451.
Whippy is fast.
Holy smokes, a 29.6, an 8.2, and a 4.51. That's going to give him a 31.86 with a 92.84 3-week score. So right now, for the week, Aqua Dog Sports takes the win for week 12. So they're
Week 3 of
for
the
week
shootout.
3 of the shootout. But now we have to go through the overall results.
We didn't have a rule that the same person can handle 3 dogs.
Yes.
No, we didn't have a rule. We
You just couldn't have the same dog run the same time.
We have the same dog. You can bring it up all you want.
I know we didn't.
We did. Oh, and to speak of
Go
that,
Crystal!
oh yeah, and to speak of that, before we get into the overall championship, we were talking last night. Drinking the Pepsis and the Cokes here.
Absolutely.
We didn't have a rule on how long you could run and how many dogs you can run and how many people you got. So next year, the Self-Imposed Rules Committee for Fantasy, we're going to make sure that it's going to be the same night and all the people have to be there on that night to run their dogs. That'll make it fair for everybody across the country.
Ooh, that's going to be
That'll
tough.
be easy, and it makes it fair. Because that's the one thing we did at Superheroes. We said 4:30 Wednesday nights. If you want in, you got to be there.
Well, that's your problem.
And it's the way it's going to be to make it fair. This having 35 dogs line up from Saturday until Thursday, and then putting the best 3, and no, that ain't going to happen.
Well,
No. Especially when I want to win some money in
Wait a
life.
minute. Are you trying to say that Indian Creek Canine Aquatics does something different than anybody else?
They didn't do anything different stacking the deck than the rest of the people at Kickstarter.
There you go. I just want to make sure we're clear on this.
I'm just not going to let the deck be stacked anymore.
Oh, God.
But hey, Crystal can show up on one night. She just did. Kicked everybody's ass.
Well, yes, you did.
For Aqua Dogs, that was good.
I will have you know that Crystal is watching and she says, "Come on, Jay."
Crystal, you know I love you.
The camera's that way.
Crystal,
Don't get too close, you'll scare everybody away. Damn rich hillbillies, Jesus. Wait, was that? Am I allowed to talk like that?
No, that's
original.
entirely.
He is original.
I'm offended. We're burning the place down.
Yeah, it was.
It's okay. It's
Wait, hold on. It's Scott's place, so it doesn't matter. We're not losing anything.
Scott, sorry.
Oh,
I
man.
hope all of them are having a good time.
Oh, yeah, they're going to love this.
This is the best show yet. Way to end it up.
Why did we not do this sooner? Oh, wait, that's right.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so let's get into the overall results for
Week
Fantasy
3?
Dock Dogs 3-week shootout. So we're going to post the results right now.
Hold on, drum roll.
Drum roll. That sounds amazing on the microphone.
Yeah.
Probably blowing people out. Here we go. Your winner is, for the 3-week shootout, coming from behind, is Aqua Dog Sports.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Great
So-
job, Crystal. Great job. Great job.
So Aqua Dog Sports went into week 3 with a 78-point deficit behind Indian Creek. Not only did they pass us, they beat us by over 20 points.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
And you know what, Tim? Let me tell you something. I know a little bit of the background about that. First of all, even though I'm from Ohio, I call them my home doc. So, what's up, Florida? Number 2, I know for a fact that I think it was week 2. So Vicky calls me one night and I said, "How's it going?" She says, And I said, "What's the matter?" She says, "One of the hoses on the pump went bad and the pump is pumping all the water out of my pool." She kind of shows up to her pool and it's half down.
Yeah. Her filter split.
Yeah.
She called me.
Yeah.
And asked me a lot of
Yeah,
questions.
had to get that all fixed. So, and then on top of that, they're having all these thunderstorms coming through. So the fact that they even got these scores in
Oh my
is
God.
amazing in itself.
I can tell you from my perspective, overall, the 9 weeks of fantasy, yeah, we got some tweaks to make for next year.
For sure.
Or the next round, whether it's going to be in the fall or it's going to be next winter. We'll see. But the shootout, it all came together. And we're still, I mean, we got a half a dozen other facilities that want to be in it that are just now getting open.
Yep.
So,
No, absolutely.
I mean, this is, it was an unbelievable way to, weather the storm for COVID, keep the Dock Dogs community engaged and have Dock Dogs in your home while you couldn't get to do it. So it was awesome. And I look forward to next year. Awesome job, Tim. Awesome job by you and your team and everybody that did it. Good job.
So you bring up a good point. So despite it kind of being a way for us to escape from COVID-19, this kind of acted like a pilot program for a really, really cool thing.
We can't get into those details. There's lots of good things happening right now.
Oh
in
boy,
this world.
that'll be for another live stream.
That'll be another TV show in itself.
So let's go back through those results. In 7th place is going to be Smoky Mountain Canine Sports with a 59.72. In 6th place, Canine Superheroes with an 89.18. Rotten Dog Sports Lodge with a 91.71. Oklahoma Thunder in 4th place with a 91.74.
3 points. Oh.
Yeah, isn't that incredible?
Good job, everybody.
Canine Central in 3rd place with a 92.54, only 9 points away from Indian Creek. In 2nd place with a 92.63. And then your winner, coming from absolutely nowhere, beating a 78-point deficit, Aqua Dog Sports. Let's give it up for Aqua Dog Sports. Great job.
You know what? One thing I want to say, Tim, I got to throw a shout out to some of the OGs in the program from the old rules committees. I mean, think about the point structure. Think about the algorithms we're using here with the Iron Dog points table playing this game.
For sure.
I mean, look at how close we are. And yet we're jumping from all over the country, from all over different cities, municipalities, different handlers, different dogs, different breeds. And look at how this thing played out just in the first round. Imagine when we tweak it, how close it's going to get next year. It's going to be fun. But I can't wait to see the individual fantasy part of it. It's going to be pretty cool.
For sure. And for all the facilities, it was a high risk, high reward, because remember in the rules, each facility had to submit their teams on who they were jumping before the jumping actually started. So you had to kind of, as a facility, kind of get with your teams and be like, okay, you're sure you can come to the dock this week, right?
Yeah, but it was also a great recruitment tool. Look how many new people got
For sure,
engaged.
100%.
Awesome.
And I can speak for Indian Creek. We had a lot of new people that may have jumped in a different organization or just starting off the dock.
Would you have ever jumped Kiwi had this not been going on?
Probably not.
I mean, look at now, you're going to be a world contender for potentially a world record here.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
this
sure.
is crazy. All out of, again, there's always a silver lining in every cloud, and I'm hoping the community realizes that this isn't, there was no money in this.
No.
This was all for them. This was fun money. Fun coupons, that's what I kept calling it.
Well, not
fun
only,
coupons.
not only that, but we also raised a hell of a lot of money
Oh
for
my
charity.
God, lots of, I haven't got the total yet, but after this week, we'll put a report out next week. On
So
that.
I can tell you that Indian Creek alone, from the 8 weeks from the regular season, raised over $1,200 for both the Bark Foundation and Noah's Ark Award.
That's incredible. Though.
But you know what? It was up to each competitor to say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to donate my winnings. They could have taken credits, but they said, you know what? I wanted to go to charity. And I believe every single
But it comes
facility
back-
had done that.
For me, it comes back to one thing that stands above all. It's just dogs jumping off the dock. And I say this from day one. Back in the day when all the crap was going on in the old days of form stuff, it's just dogs jumping off the dock. And those dogs don't know the difference.
Nope.
You and I can fight it out. We can battle it out. We can just it out. But above all, it's a community. And it's been an
Community! Everyone raise your glass.
There
Community.
you go. All right, let's see where we're going with this.
All right. So, we have a bit of a congrats, I have to say. So, for our Fantasy Dock Dogs 3-week shootout winner, let's throw up the logo and give them a big round of applause. Aqua Dog Sports.
Good job, guys.
Great job. All right. So, that's only one half of Fantasy Dock Dogs. Now we got to get into Draft Dock Dogs. But before we get into that, we're going to do a quick word from our sponsors, VetraScience, for all of their support for Dock Dogs worldwide and for Fantasy Dock Dogs. Let's get a quick word from our sponsors.
VetraScience Laboratories is among the leading pet supplement brands. But how well do you really know us? VetraScience is a Vermont-based, women-owned company with over 40 years of experience. We offer a wide range of pet supplements to support your pet's every need, from nose to tail. Our products are safe, clinically proven, and backed by science. After all, we believe that your pet deserves the best.
All right, and we're back. Thank you, VetraScience, for all of your support throughout the season. Thank you very much. All right, so we got a quick video before we go into the Draft Dock Dog results, and this is the personal best for Week 12. So let's give a big shout out, and let me see the hearts and likes in chat for all of our amazing personal bests for Week 12. Let's roll that clip. There's Chili holding the canine. I love it. Cindy and Drifter, Molly, Zulu, all these awesome dogs with some personal bests. Woo! You gotta love it.
Fantasy is pulling these dogs to the top of the cream of the crop. I'm telling you, this is a huge opportunity. Wait till we grow this program. It's going to be incredible.
Wow. A lot of them. Nice.
Yeah.
Personal best.
A lot of new personal bests for this week. They left nothing on the dock. Look at that. Brian and Kiwi. A 5'7" speed retrieve. Woo! Gotta love it.
Nice job. Nice job.
Thank you, Jennifer, so much for all of your amazing work throughout the entire season. We have another video for you guys. We're going to do that at the very end of the show. We're going to do a quick highlights film. But let's get into what's most important, and that is going to be the Draft Dock Dogs, because we have a very big prize pack to be given away.
Huge prize pack. I don't know how you talked me into it, but it was a big prize pack.
I believe I got you after a couple of beers.
No, maybe it was at the racetrack. I don't know. But
That is true.
Yeah,
He was riding high off the racetrack, and I think he had a really good hot lap, and he got out of the car, and he said, why is Tim calling me? Hey, what's up? Can we give out a huge prize pack? Sure. All right.
So what are we looking at for? What was the prize again?
It is a VIP World Championship package. It is a $500 travel voucher to the World Championships, a host hotel for the week for Dock Dogs World Championship,
Pet-friendly hotel room.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
One invite.
A one invite for a dog of their choice in one discipline paid for, and I believe VIP seating at the Golden Paul Awards.
Well, wait, is that any choice? Can I take chili?
You'd have to ask
If I want it, can I take chili?
The dog's going to be up for bid.
Yeah, whoever gets that.
All right, let's see who
That's what I
won.
want to know. Is it any dog?
I can't wait to see who won.
All right, let's.
You're rooming with Timothy Lake, by the way. No. No, I'm kidding.
All right, let me just switch over here. There we go.
This is going to be an interesting battle because it was close last week.
Yeah, so here we go. For week 12, we have in 10th place, we have Team Batgirl, Kathy Fleehan, who's actually here. She had a 78.23. Lisa Williams in 9th place with an 8,818. Sammy Turner with an 8,823. Team Kaya with an 8,846. Very close scores here. Morgan Jarvis, Imagine the Possibilities, 8,869. Team COVID-19 Sucks, Brian Landers, gets an 8,888, so he's in the top 5. Matthew Williams gets an 8,901. Team Labby getting 3rd place with 9,020. Myself in 2nd place with 9,038. But your winner for week 12 is the commissioner, Linda Torsen.
Wow.
Linda Torsen.
There, yeah.
So let's take a look at what team she picked. She did Bob Hurley and Rambo, Brian Landers and Kiwi, Krista McLaren and Yuri. So you know what? Bob and Rambo, the sleeper team, a high-value team who put up major points, but because he missed a couple of weeks, his value dropped. So believe it or not, he was actually the dollar for dollar value dog that gave you the best bang for your buck. I didn't pick him because I didn't have enough money, but it was a good time.
That's pretty cool. Congratulations.
So let's take a look at the 3-week shootout results. Let's see who's going to come out on top and get a VIP Worlds package. So with a click of a button, we're going to find out.
Top person is?
In 10th place.
I'll go right to number 1. We'll do that
I saw the scroll.
Go to the top person.
All right, believe it or not, our winner is Jim Z.
No!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
26,888. He beat Morgan Jarvis by just under 100 points.
Oh, and he's got 2 dogs. That he
And the
loves
week
in world.
before, I was only 1 point ahead of her.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
Yep.
How many points did he gain this week?
He, I can tell you, he gained 9,020 points. Morgan had 8,869.
Okay.
So he had
What did
a
he
big.
pick?
Let's find out. Yeah, you could tell us. Let's take a look. Number 3. So he picked Crystal and Yuri, Mona Kurth and Tyson, who was a value pick. He didn't have a high value, and Sydney Reeves and Drifter.
Oh, you saw that. Yeah.
So believe it or not, that made the difference right there.
Advantage of being on site.
So, Jim, what's the secret? Like, I know you were talking to me about it, but how do you get... I didn't play fantasy because I didn't want to... It's like DockDogs. I don't compete in dueling DockDogs. I only compete in dueling because it's real money.
Yeah.
And DockDogs, I don't want to ever question it.
Sure.
But on the same token, now my daughter's competing in it, and I'm starting to really pay attention to this stuff in DockDogs. So
Yeah.
I'm curious, Jim, how did you strategize to pick... Because, I mean, you were so close every week against Morgan and these other top players in the fantasy league.
I had a lot of fun, and I had never done fantasy anything ever until you guys called and said, hey, Tim's got this idea for this fantasy thing. And we started getting into it, and I started talking to Tim a little bit about it.
The other way around, I called Tim, so...
I'll take the credit.
No, but I'm serious. Like, did you look at people's stats from week to week? Did you look at their scores last year on their overall rankings, where they were doing? How did you?
No, I wouldn't. Well, you're right. So with your daughter, Sydney, obviously I have an inside information because I'm right there jumping my dog too in fantasy.
Yeah.
At Canine. But the rest of it, I'm looking at dogs and I'm looking to see what they've either done in previous weeks or what their stats are and stuff like that. And I'm calling her, and I'm talking to some people online, and Brian knows. I texted him a few weeks back. Hey, did you jump so-and-so?
Yeah.
Remember what I told you when we started, and I told you how this thing could grow?
Yeah.
I told you there'd be online jousting and chastising of people, just fun, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
But these guys are talking by text across the country.
Sure.
Again, going back to keeping the community engaged with one another.
For sure.
And it truly is a fantasy sport because you don't know who's going to win until it's all over.
You have to take into account injuries. Like, for full disclosure, Nala didn't do extreme vertical the whole time because she was nursing an injury. Just like in real sports, like, you always are listening to the watching the injury reports in the NFL. If you do fantasy football or NHL, you're seeing who the starting goalie is.
But you were telling me you had ladies that were calling you for advice on how to do this that had never done before, and they're playing the game to the top of to the sport.
One person I want to really especially call out is Nancy Aiken. She has never done anything fantasy-wise, and she was recruiting for us.
That's awesome.
She was saying, look how easy this is. It was so much fun.
So Tim, let's talk. What happened to Martha in week 3 here? Because Martha was leading it.
So I had a conversation with Martha, and for full anyone who doesn't know, Martha Payne won the overall points league for the regular season. And what she did is she created her own spreadsheet that had, for what she would do is she would look at everyone's Facebook page to say, I went to the dock and jumped this, and then she would put it into her spreadsheet and look at the people's averages from the previous 3 years and come up with their best guess of what their Iron Dog score is. Then she would go and create a dollar value per Iron Dog point value to determine who the best people were. And she was just like you. She'd call up a couple of people and say, well, what's going on? And then, it was like she...
Full-time job.
Well, she lived in a full-time
job during COVID-19.
Well, she clearly, to me, and even though she wasn't eligible for the last 3 weeks, she still was playing. She clearly, to me, had everybody. So good job, Martha.
I mean, she was in 10th place.
She did in week 3 here, but
she
clearly had everybody.
Oh no! She did Sky, Jameson, and picked a dog that she thought was going to jump, and the dog never jumped. But that's what happens.
That burned me several times on the
time. My very first time, in my very first week, I remember talking to you because I said, what happened? I got these 2 dogs that got full Iron Dog scores, and this other dog only did Big Air. I thought all the dogs in fantasy
had to do Iron Dog.
Had full Iron Dog, all 3 discipline scores.
Oh, we talked about that.
Yeah, so that's one thing we talked about from the very get-go, is we thought, should this only be an Iron Dog? You have to be an Iron Dog. Then we thought, let's try and be as inclusive as possible so we can get the newbies into this.
And the newbies are the sleepers, and the sleepers are
absolutely. We had so many sleepers come out of nowhere. Especially Bob and Rambo. Rambo was only a Big Air dog when he first started, and he worked with Jay about doing...
I'm going to brag, because I don't brag a lot, and now Drifter. I'm in DockDogs. My dog, Drifter...
Oh, he killed it.
My daughter...
He killed it.
I mean, rescue, her confidence level...
Yep.
Look at Jim, what happened from week to week, how much better they got as a team.
Yeah. They bonded.
And all I can tell you is I hope that everybody else out there gets to experience what I saw with my daughter.
Oh, absolutely.
It was unbelievable. And watching her here this week, so I got to tell you, the fantasies, there's let me just say, there's some pretty cool eyes focused on fantasy right now.
For sure.
In the overall sporting community. So we've proven that we're pandemic proof regardless, and this is pretty cool.
I'm actually going to shout out Martha because we were just talking about her. I'm really good friends with Martha, and I've had some conversation with her. She said that because she's an essential worker, she works at a veterinary rehab and emergency vet. So she had to go into work during the major parts of COVID-19 in North Carolina. And she was all stressed out. She had to be in all this PPE, but there was one time a week where she could really just be herself and have fun with her dogs, and that was during Fantasy DockDogs. She would go out by herself with a judge, with no one else there, and just be able to be herself with her dog and have fun. And that was her release. And I think a lot of us were like that.
That's cool.
This was a big stress relief, and it kind of gave us a sense of normalcy. Because we went for months without a dog.
The whole purpose of fantasy, and listen, I have to say this, 2 things that are important. The whole purpose of fantasy was not just to get an opportunity for the facilities to have a light shone on, or people to go jump their dogs in their own unique ways, in their own unique times, and wrestle the regulations and the COVID stuff, but for the people at home to live vicariously through everybody else that got that. And the second thing that I have to say, which is really important, is a huge shout out and thank you, not only to all the facilities that were engaged, but all the facilities that tried to get engaged. These facility owners stepped up big time out of this. So again, it goes back to an overall community. And I got to tell you, Tim, it was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, I want to give a big shout out to all of our winners. Let's throw up some awesome things here. So a big congrats out to our Week 12 winners, Aqua Dog Sports, who also was they were both Week 12 and the 3-week shootout.
Yeah.
Our top drafters for the week was Linda Torsen for the week and Jim Z for the 3-week shootout. Congratulations. And the top Iron Dog score for Week 12 was Krista McLaren and Yuri, a 31-20.
That's
crazy.
Crushed it.
Yeah, crushed it. So I want to, from behalf of me, Grant, facility owner Brian Landers, and the original OG DockDogs TV host Jim Z, I want to thank you guys for tuning in.
Don't forget Brett. Don't forget.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to get into.
Brett in there, unbelievable.
Thank you so much to everyone from DockDogs Worldwide. Brett, Gigi, Katie, the commissioner herself, Linda Torsen, for putting up with all my crap while we were doing this. And also struggling to get those score sheets in every week from us, because I know we had a deadline, but some of us just couldn't get to that deadline. But thank you very much. Grant, do you have any last parting words?
Yeah, listen, again, I'm going to say top line all the way down. The community as a whole for participating. The dogs and the handlers for coming out. The head office people working from home on this. At the end of the day, everybody that participated and did this. But Tim, I mean, it goes without saying. Jim and I were talking about it last night, man. You've taken this to a whole new level for us. I don't thank you enough.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Awesome job, and I look forward to the next fantasy.
Brian, you did an awesome job, and Jim, great job on the drafting. Thank you guys very much. I got one quick little video for you guys before we head out.
Sponsors too, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Flex, Petmans, love it.
Yep, thank you guys.
Support them.
Definitely support all of our amazing sponsors. All right, guys, we got one last video for you guys. It was a little piece put together by Jennifer, just a little highlight video from the last 12 weeks. So
Awesome videos.
Thank you guys very much. I love all of you guys. I hope you enjoyed the ride as much as I did. And as always, run hard, jump far, swim fast, and get it. Jim, why don't you take the last line?
I will see you on the dock.
There you go, guys. Catch you all later.